Okay, so today I wanted to go into my Neovim config files and also Tmux, but a bit less, and show you basically my config to be able to copy it. But yeah, I said fixing my Neovim config because a few months ago I started to use lazy nvim, and before using lazy nvim I was using packer, and I left all my packages and all the configs like how they were before lazy nvim, and now I wanted to refactor the structure a bit and have it in a better format, and yeah, maybe have something like an install script. I mean, I already have an install script, but uh, it just links to this configuration that exists, and I wanted to try to make it like more modular. Let's say like maybe you don't want all the plugins that I use, like these are all the plugins that I have, and maybe you don't want to use all of them. Maybe I will set some of them as let's say default, and some of them, like for example, I don't know, like Harpoon or Obsidian Envim, or I don't know, like color schemes, maybe like have some prompt and you can answer with yes or no if you want that plugin or not. And yeah, pretty much just install it only if you want. So right now the structure of the project is I have this init Lua, which doesn't contain anything. I mean, it contains just require Neovim, which is my here I have all the auto commands, the globals. Like for auto commands I have to show this, like when you copy it shows like a small color on top of the thing that you copy, and also removing all the white spaces in the buffer when you save. These are some debugging functions because I was developing my own plugin, and I needed like some debugging functions for to make it easier. Then this is the lazy part, which this is what I want to refactor, and pretty much what I read on the lazy repo is that you can have a plugins folder, and then you can put each plugin into its own folder. So with also with a config. So that means that that's how I plan to make it more modular. Like have one file for each of these. Maybe see, for example, for Treesitter, I would have one for both plugins. But yeah, I guess Treesitter would be a default plugin because it's pretty good. So that would be installed automatically without any prompting. But for other stuff, maybe like color schemes. Wow, I have like so many color schemes. Yeah, I didn't even know. So yeah, and for the LSP I will be using 0 LSP, but again, even for 0 LSP there have been some updates, and I was looking at configuration templates, and I might try to use this one slightly more, uh, the one that's more complex, because mine looks pretty similar to this, so I'll use it as an inspiration for mine. Maybe also like all these, like again, like if you probably, I mean, the LSP should be, let's say, let's say the LSP should be automatic, so you might need to have all of these, like the default. And yeah, then I have some key maps. These are just like, most of them are explained in the comments, but not all of them. Um, But yeah, like these ones are just for as a joke if you use arrow keys. Just so you know that if you prefer to use arrow keys, delete these if you use my config. But yeah, other than that, I have like fast replace. If you press space S, you can come here and replace one word with something else. I really like this one when I don't have an LSP to rename variables and stuff. And yeah, I mean, other than that, these ones are pretty cool, like being able to move lines and like the combinations I made for like deleting and pasting without overwriting the main register, like space P and space D would do that basically, would not override the main register. And for the sets, like I have some, I guess these are like almost the defaults, so, or maybe for tabs I have 4 spaces instead of 8. I don't remember if by default it's 8 spaces, but yeah. And yeah, now the plan would be to take all these configs and go through them probably one by one and move them into the plugins folder inside of here. So let's make the plugins folder. Okay, let's go into lazy and let's copy this thing. So basically that's how you bootstrap. So let me check. I think it's the same, right? Like, yeah, it looks the same. So I'll just copy the one from GitHub just to be sure. And let's put it inside. Let's put it inside of here. So yeah, then we'll have require Neovim, and let's say, so here is where I saw this thing, require lazy setup plugins, and we'll have require Neovim for like my most basic stuff that don't really require any plugins, and then require lazy and setup plugins, which will be that folder from plugins. So yeah, now let's go ahead and I mean, it will be pretty much just copy pasting, so I don't know if we need to, well, I'll let's say I'll source this in it and see what happens inside of Neovim if we get any errors, and at the end I'll make the script that allows you to install whatever you want. So let's go inside of lazy, and first things first, let's put Treesitter inside of, and also Treesitter context. Yeah, we'll see how we can config these things maybe. So let's take this. So I should have here like Treesitter, see, and we'll have all of this stuff. So let's go into plugins, treesitter.lua, and how you have to do this one is basically, okay, let's look at the lazy. So here you can see that it takes in like a table, and then each thing here is like a string, but you can have a nested table with the plugin name, the dependencies, and there should also be like options where you can set it up, or like keys, CMD, um, all these kind of things that you can have on. So config, I guess, I guess it depends on the plugin, but yeah, basically we need. So where did it say? It says somewhere that yeah, all of these will be merged into a single table basically, and then put into the setup of lazy. So that means that here we need to return pretty much, and yeah, let's replace all the, I don't know what's the best to use in this thing, but okay, so this would make them use like the, let's say, the default config, but we already have Treesitter. We already have some configs. Mhm. So yeah, now my question would be, well, let's see if look, this one has Treesitter. See, like Treesitter. Let's take it from here. I don't. Okay, so build. It's so here we have a nested table, just because we need to configure Treesitter. So for build we need this update. I mean, let's also take this one, why not? Like if it's in the, like this is the lazy Vim distro of Neovim. So I think it's pretty much made to work with, I mean obviously it's made to work with lazy Vim. Okay, let's have the build. Not sure. For init, I mean, yeah, for init we can, I'm not really sure what this does, but we can copy it, why not? I guess it's like just to initialize Treesitter with other things. So for dependencies, I was thinking to have uh, these two, or actually no, let's not put them as dependent. Let's put them as individual stuff. Yeah, let's not really copy paste everything. So well, yeah, it would be nice to open this inside Vim, to be honest, because it's so hard to see what where it ends, I wanted to say. So for commands we have this thing. We don't really care about this stuff. I guess commands is to define them or something. You might need to define them, but yeah. So the thing is that for Treesitter I don't even have that many Like I don't really care about this. Okay, so for OPTs, I guess it looks like kind of this, but there's also config. There's also config. So let's put first OPTs and see, OPTs would be, so for highlight I do enable, and like this is from the, I think it's from the Treesitter GitHub documentation. Uh, yeah, I don't remember what it does, but that's how I wanted to have it. Mm, yeah, not sure why it's not properly identified. It's like a joke. Okay, ident. So okay, let's see. Ensure installed. Let's put this. I mean, let's put them in the same order that I had. I put at least Lua because, and not put everything because I don't know. It's like if I make an install on a new PC, then I might want to have at least Lua to be able to look at the config, but it's not really needed at all. Yeah, this is just for installation, but here it says, see, like it's only applied to ensure install, so we don't really need it. Okay, ident could be actually good to have. Auto install is nice, but yeah, see it says, okay, so incremental selection. To be honest, these things look new. I'm not really sure what they do, but let's put auto install set to true. To be honest, I like this because I don't have to think about it. Like when I started like the C project, it installed Treesitter for it automatically. I didn't have to do anything, so that's nice. Let's also put ident to true. I'm curious to see if it works better than the default one. So yeah, pretty much that's what I had. Let's also add config, because see, I see here that it does something with configs, and here I was doing something with configs, so I would like to have this thing. Yeah, okay, so let's see if we can, okay, it works too. Like if you select some text and press equal, it auto indents it, and here it managed to do it nicely. Okay, so Treesitter context, this is also what I have. Oh yeah, this is nice. Max lines, because for me it was so annoying. So like for me, like the context setup. Ah, okay. So yeah, this was my mistake. I have here 0. I should have had something like 3, because sometimes the context is so big that it takes half the screen and it's annoying. So currently I have it set to false, but if I set it to true by doing leader df. Now you should see at the top it says which function I'm in. Pretty much that's what I wanted. And if I set this to 0, it's like sometimes if you go into like 5 nested ifs, it will be 5 nested ifs. So let's see. So for oh, and it's now it's Envim Treesitter is no longer in these guys' repositories. I mean, let's use the. Oh, I guess he moved it. It became so popular that he made an organization, or however you do it. That's nice. Okay, so for playground, I don't think I have any config, so I leave it as it is. I leave it like that. But for this one, let's make a table. And let's see. So here in this one, we have OPTs. So for OPTs, I guess these are all the options. Okay, let's see. So we have enabled, which is not really, well, I mean, I had this thing. Yeah, I mean, this is a bit more interesting. Let's see, so let's put enable to true. I'm not really sure what the event is, like lazy file, and my guess is that it's something related to the thing itself, so I'm not gonna use it. Let's put this as options. I mean, I have more options, but I'm okay with using the defaults. Let's see. Okay, I like it more like this. I think this looks like he toggled the Treesitter context, which is basically what I wanted, to be honest. Like, so let's say that. Okay, let's do here equal. So I mean, it uses ut. Maybe what key? Yeah, those have no meaning anyway. So let's leave it as ut. Whatever, doesn't really matter. So well, I guess, boom. Let's try it like this and not even do that, just this. Because, I mean, and we could even remove all that stuff and leave the like the key map like this, because we just want to toggle the Treesitter context. So let's see if this will work when we And I mean, like I guess these are the default ones. If they're not, I'll have them put there. And yeah, pretty much this makes the config a bit better. Okay, so this is Treesitter. Let's see. Okay, let's see what was next. Let's put a telescope next, because I mean this should also be the like a default. Being able to do this. So do we have like something ready telescope? Yeah, we have some config. So let's go here, add telescope dot lua. Let's do a return, and I mean here I said 013, but let's see if we have like any, if there's any newer version, or like I'm not sure why I used 013. Well, we can use anything, I guess. 01. Okay, let's do it like this with branch 01x. Oh yeah, I was like, what the why does it okay. I mean it's only one plugin, I think. I don't think I'll put multiple plugins inside of this, so it could be, so we have these as I mentioned. Let's do this one. So telescope. Now if we go into telescope, into this one, okay. So these are the keybinds that I want to have on telescope. The other ones are for trouble, which we can also add in a separate file. So I guess let's see if yeah. So let's just copy these. Okay, where I was thinking. So my guess is that it will be keys or something, and then we can have it. Ooh, but how do you specify the mode and stuff? Like, let's see some, I don't know, maybe set of coding. Because I'm not really sure where to find how to set this inside of, like, do you have lazy, more about lazy now? Because I'm not sure what. Okay, so we can have it like a setup. Where we can set the defaults. And okay, so this is how we can set mappings, I guess. Defaults. Okay, let's do it like that. So Um, and I was wondering where the setup function is called in this thing. Extras. Maybe I was wondering if they have a telescope here. Let's see if wait, where do I search here for telescope? Actually, it was, but I was blind. I don't know. Okay, so they also have telescope, but it's like inside of Neovim, so it's weird. Because I wanted to have like how we have for the Treesitter. But here, do we have any setup? Maybe it's in config. So maybe we need to do config, and this is a function that works like this. And then we have end, and we can do this here. Maybe this is how you do it. So let's do something. Let's go into lazy. Let's remove this, and well, actually let's leave it, but let's remove lazy from here, right? So now let's oh, let's rename this folder into like backup or something, so that it's not taken into consideration. So now the only okay, let's open Vim in another window so that we so now if I open Neovim, it should open with only the oh it's like a mistake. I mean, I could also just install some color schemes because that's the only thing that it's for pure eyesight. So something was wrong in telescope. Or what in Treesitter it said actually. Oh, here we miss a comma. And if we Treesitter context not found. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what this error means. Failed to load plugin Treesitter. So at line 62. Oh yeah, I mean here at line 62. Oh, what, you can't? Oh, it's ending Treesitter context. Oh, what? Like here I saw that he was able to call it. Does it really matter that you have to say like function, and then and here call it like make it lazy in some way. I don't know. Okay, so like for Treesitter, that means we should have Treesitter. So it was space ut for the thingy. Let's test it. So space ut. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, so it's actually fine. But for a telescope, there is this built-in which I didn't import. So let's take this thing and do it here with built-in. So this here, I mean, we could also use, I guess, the defaults mappings. But whatever. So it would be like defaults, here defaults, although I'm not even sure if it's like inside OPTs or something. So yeah. Even for this thing, we don't really need that. Okay, so now if we do this, yeah, it's good. Okay, so the next plugin that we need, so we did the first ones. Let's do I mean, let's do Harpoon, but as I said, this one will be optional, so because even I don't use it that often. Like if I had to edit more than 3 files maybe, but sometimes I only edit 2 files and it's enough to use the caret symbol. So let's see. So inside of plugins, we should have Harpoon. So let's see here, harpoon.lua. So in lazy, let's copy this. Let's return. Okay. And here let's do config equals function. And yeah, pretty much this is the config. Let's end, and that's it. So basically now, if we what isn't it? I have to see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work first try, but it works. So next, inside of lazy Lua, let's do undo 3, which will be like default because it's really nice. We should have undo 3. Okay, we have like a small config undo 3.lua. Let's return this thing and undo 3 inside of backup. Let's take this function. So it's like when you press space U, it shows you like a tree of your undo operations and redos. Okay, let's go next. Yeah, I mean now I got a bit more used to this, so it will go a bit faster. Okay, so let's see fugitive. Oh my god, exactly when I said that it's easier. Wait, is it yeah, I mean another option would be to just copy that file here. So let's no, I mean I don't like it. Fugitive. So let's return. Okay, let's do this fugitive and uh, most things. I mean, we could take everything and put it inside config and be done with it. Function. Oh my god. Okay, let's end and that's it. Basically, we have space GS for. Let's move it a bit here because to be with everything else. Or I mean, let's leave it at the top. Why not? So this would be when you open your Git thing, Git UI basically, and these are like when you are inside of this Git inside of Fugitive, you can use like space P to push, space Shift P to rebase, and space T to push like when you push the first time, like to a new branch. And then these are I've copied them from someone else. Um, Basically, when you do a div get or when you look at conflicts, you are able to select with GH and GL which changes to keep. If you keep their changes or your changes, you know, and it's nice. I mean, we can configure it more, but uh, for me it's enough. I mainly use GA, the GS shortcut. I I mean I don't often use this, but it's nice to have it when you really need it. But yeah, let's go to lazy and go next. So Envim surround. I think this is what I'm using to see like change the surrounding stuff, or you can even let's say you have a word and you do voice surround word and you can put like wait, does it show like yeah, oh it's like G at interesting. Yeah, it's like this is the YS and then you say I word then like inner word. You could even have like Y surround around the word and this would I was expecting it to put a space but it didn't. Anyway, so this one for surround you just have to call setup on it. So that means surround.lua. Let's see if this changed its URL. Although it's not important if it changed it. Okay, nice. Yeah, has here how to do it. So we have this thing. We have the version. Yeah, I mean I'm not sure with the event, but and then we call the config, and as you saw my config was empty, so I don't know what config you can have here, but I like the defaults anyways. Okay, so let's go to lazy zen mode. Again, to be honest, I didn't even use it. It's like puts anyway, I'm not gonna include it. If you want it, um, you can see like it has some config which should be nice, but yeah, whatever. Now let's do trouble envim. So trouble.lua return. We can put it like this. Let's see, maybe because since like Folke does the lazy and maybe he has instructions on how to use lazy. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's go into trouble. I mean dump trouble, the other one. Okay, and now inside of config we have a function. Let's put end. I mean, I'm pretty surprised that there's no. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so I mean, then let's say opts equals like this. Let's put this thing there. It's even funny because I was like, I saw this and I was like, wait, it's no lazy envim setup, but it actually was, but I was blind. Anyway, yeah, but what you need is like to also follow these stuff. Like you need a patched. I mean, I'll assume you have a patched font because it's pretty common to have one. It's like to have. Uh, yeah, I don't have any stuff, but if I do like this, it has like weird icons and stuff. So that's what you get with the patched font. To be honest, I don't even know what font I have, like for the patched one. So this stuff, yeah, whatever. Don't really care about it. Oh, so you can use like this. So I think these are the keybinds that I have. Let's remove the setup because probably if we do this, it's enough. So XX, yeah, this is what I have. So let me just replace this with this. Well, it's that. Okay. Just so that I use the one from the README and not, you know. Oh, there are more. Okay, cool. And let's take But yeah, I don't know how to put this inside of telescope without doing it inside of telescope. I have to think about that, how to do it. Like, yeah, I mean, you can call this thing from the command, but would be nice to have it like this. So yeah, it's a good question how to do it. Yeah, I'll look a bit into it. Like, I guess when you see the video and get to the install script and stuff, it should be, uh, it, I should fix all the issues that come up, so don't worry about that. Anyway, so this is telescope and this is trouble. Okay, let's go into lazy and continue. So we have trouble. Yeah, for Copilot again, this should be like not really required because I like to use Copilot, but maybe someone doesn't, or they don't have Copilot. So uh, you don't need anything for it. Nice, that's good. Lazy code hint is like something that I was making, but I won't include it. Obsidian again, it's like obsidian dot it's like oh my god, obsidian.lua is like a plugin that lets you have like notes and stuff like you do in Obsidian, but you can use Vim for it. It's not that amazing, but like I like to keep track of to-dos and stuff like that. Which I guess would be possible to do even without it, but for the version, okay. So it has some dependencies. Well, why would you do that anyway? I mean, ooh, quite a lot of stuff. Anyway, I already have like Obsidian, the config. So this would be, where do we put that? In OPTs. So these are like the OPTs which come inside of the setup. Okay. So now we have OPTs equals to that. Oh no. I guess like this, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's this. And then what what else do we have? It's like some key maps. So maybe this comes inside of the config. Oh, I see how you have to do it. If you have config, okay. Like if I have config equals function. Hmm. Yeah, to be honest, I don't get it right now. Like I would put all the keybinds here, I guess, and then end it. And like if it's needed to call setup, I would probably pass here the OPTs and then call setup, but I'm not sure if that's how you do it. Oh, quite a lot of plugins now. So we could test trouble. It looks like it works without the thing, without the setup. So yeah, that one works. Okay. So now let's go to this thing. Let me try to say here OPTs and then to like here and then here call OPTs. Let's see if this changes anything. Hmm. I mean, it's not really good because it's not in the right folder. I don't know where it is. So let's see, because I saw that there are like multiple things. Okay, so you actually have to pass here OPTs and call setup, but I don't understand why for trouble it works without it. So let's put here like this and do require trouble set OPTs. Let's see, Copilot is fine. This one has only the config. Harpoon, the same thing. For Obsidian I did that. Surround is fine. Telescope is fine. Let's oh let's I mean I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I wanted just to see no one uses freaking single quotes on my watch. See, like I didn't use. I mean, of course it was me who used them, but no. Those ones are fine. So I mean, we can even search for anyway. That's why I usually like to have like really small files because you can see everything. Okay, so Treesitter Hyper, this is for Hyperland being able to have the Treesitter for that configuration file. So I'll see how I will add this. Not now because it might be harder to do. Presence Envim was like for showing in Discord, but I don't really care about that. Neodev is again something I don't think I'm gonna use. It's like having help for Neovim stuff, but we already have that, and to be honest, it didn't work, so I'm not gonna use it. comments, and Vim is like, I don't know, having nicer comments, but like to-dos and stuff. So it's to-do comments. I'm not sure if it works or not, so let's see. You might have to do the setup, so let's search for it. I just have to say OPTs. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god. Let's use equal sign. Okay. Oh, that's nice. To go through to-dos. Mm. Yeah, whatever. Let's make our config, and here let's add this stuff. Okay, so now we can jump between to-dos. Anyway, too lazy. So this is for the LSP, and now the more fun part should begin. So these are all the things that I wanted to use. It's more than here, but let's do the config again, because for me I was using, I think, 2.x, so it's like, let's call it lsp.lua return, and here let's do like this. Okay, and let's replace all the crap. Okay, so basically we are gonna need the config for this one, because I see that we are doing something on it. Yeah, or I mean, you could even, although I'm not sure you can do that, but because I was just thinking, okay, so you have CMP setup, so at least NVIM CMP has some stuff. Okay, Mason, again, it has some setup, so you can do this inside of config. I guess even for LSP0 we can have this part inside of the config. So let's put here like this. Config equals function. So they have this stuff. Me in my LSP in the backup, I have like require this thing. I saw that it's no longer, you no longer do that. To be honest, I don't like having icons. If you like having icons, you saw the example. Like for errors and for warnings, I like to have, it's easier to see. Then there's this thing which I don't see. I'm blind. Maybe this thing. So yeah, we can use this. I don't know if we need LSP setup. To be honest, I don't see a setup called, so maybe we don't. Which is a bit weird, but whatever. Yeah, so let's take like set preferences like this, or actually let's just copy the sign icons. Well, let's just copy the inner stuff of the sign icons. Okay, so let's press equal on this. So yeah, we require LSP0 because we are inside of LSP0. Okay, now we have on attach, which I said, well, let's copy this one because it's in the README and I have more confidence that it's the right one. My guess is that I should have pretty much the same. GDK, yeah, VCA. I have something extra like for code lens, but to be honest, code lens never worked for me, so I don't know. So here he says function and calls this. I'll use it. I saw that sometimes it can depend, but VCC, VRR. Okay, so this one is for running code lenses, but again, as I said, to be fair, they typically don't work. So you might need some extra setup for it. I'll try to figure it out. Okay, so this does the on attach. Then what else? I think that's all, right? Like did this, did pretty much this, did this. What else do I have here? I had this LSP set. I have this virtual text set to true, which I don't know what it does, but I'll ignore it. If it's not in the docs, I'll ignore it. Anyway, this is for LSP, like for Mason. Okay, I mean this has an example for ensure installed. This doesn't, but I don't really care to have this always installed, so let's take the one from here. So this would be for Mason to do the setup. Okay, let's copy it. Let's go back to this one. Well, I see there are two, so let's have it like this. Config equals function, then end, and here let's have just setup. And for this one, let's let's have this stuff. I like, maybe this is how you do it. No idea, to be honest. Like it's a bit annoying because it's nice to have it like this, just copy paste this stuff, but yeah, I don't know how to do it with this sort of arrangement of files. So let's keep it like this. Now for CMP Envim, let's see some other stuff. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it looks pretty much the same for CMP. Wait, it's one thing here. It's select this one. Whatever. Let's take it like this and go to CMP. Well, let's see how I have it. I don't have anything. Oh, I have it like this. Wait. Oh, I have them both. I'll use both. Why not? I mean, this looks like it's not changed, so at least we have that. So I think this should come here. CMP. Okay, I think this should come here. And now let's do the setup. Let's do the setup. So for sources we can do this stuff. We can do this stuff for the sources. Then for window I already had like border and stuff. Then for mapping I like to use control space for completing. It's like a habit from VS Code. For snippets, for documentation, next and previous, confirm with control Y. If you want to use enter for confirm, yeah, whatever. I mean, to be honest, I think it's control and dot, not space, but I don't remember. Then I set enter to nothing, tab to nothing, shift tab to nothing. Like tab and shift tab would be like previous and next, but I don't like that. So you use, okay, I never use this, so you always learn something new. Control F and Control B for forward and backward in the snippets. Okay, so I guess this is everything for the LSP. Let's see in the thing. I have everything, yeah. So let's go to I mean, I compared to how weird it was a while back, like before I was using LSP0. This is much better, a much better config. Well, I mean, it wasn't like weird, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, because I see that here it does like Lua LSP, whatever. We don't really care about Lua LSP, so I can like I guess this is an example of how to set up. Let's see in the other one how to set up Lua LS, but don't really care about Lua LS. So let's look again at Lua LSP Lua inside of backup. Yeah, I don't have anything there, so wait, ensure installed. Okay, and then handlers. Yeah, yeah, like if you are setting this, why not also ensure installed LuaLS, right? Like, I guess, yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, let's go to lazy, and then we only have some color schemes left to add. So, okay, let's take everything. Let's say color.lua, and here we return this stuff. Okay, let's change that. And now, if we go into backup plugin, so we put code tint, we didn't, because that's like the plugin that I said that I made. Fugitive, harpoon, LSP, obsidian. This I don't care about it. Surround, telescope, treesitter, trouble, undo tree. Yeah, so only for trouble. I still not sure how to do this stuff, but we'll figure it out. And for color schemes, let's take this and go into color, and I think we can put it before the return. So basically this is like one color scheme, this is another color scheme, and this is the one that I currently use, the group box one. But yeah, I was thinking like maybe trying to detect the color scheme of your terminal and using one of them depending on that. And yeah, I didn't do it. Well, it's a good time to test if, well, it should be in this other one. Oh no. Yep. Well, it looks different. I mean, I'm not sure what color scheme is this, but it somehow looks like it didn't. Well, like for to do comments, I said that this is the key map. I mean, you can see that it colors them, but it didn't. Okay, so why cannot Lua color? Let's see. But it's like I have them, right? Color my box. Okay, this is weird. Mhm. Interesting. I mean, not gonna lie, it looks nice, but because see here, like it deleted the color schemes to do comments. I wonder why is that. Yeah, like to do comments is I thought it's fine. Maybe it doesn't like the minus in the name or some shit like that. Let's think. I don't get it. So yeah, like, whoa, now it broke. Yeah, what I'm not really sure is if we go into color, how can we... Oh my god, this is so ugly. Imagine using like the default. I'm not even gonna leave it open because you are gonna get blind. Oof. Like, how can we combine the return and the thing? So like for color schemes, do they have color schemes or something here? Look for to do comments. Okay, so you can have keys. Let's take this. Okay, let's go into not using this one but this one. So let's go into to do and let's add some stuff. So cmd config true. I don't know what that does. And instead of that, let's use this. Well, I mean, that sounds really cool, but if you don't, then it means that we should always have trouble and telescope installed. Like, that would make more sense to have them installed, but let's see. Like, I don't understand why the thingy didn't work. Let's see. Lazy. Can we clean something? Okay, let's delete it. Okay, anyway. Oh my god. So yeah, I swear it. Now I see like other colors because of that purple. I don't know how someone can use that color scheme. Anyways, so let's try to figure out how to fix the color scheme first because it's so annoying. Yeah, so the only option that I see is to put this somewhere else. Or like the other option would be to define these functions for each color scheme and then just call the one that you want. So for example, this one, let's move it inside of this. If it's possible to have like a config, I don't know. Well, no, we can leave it here, but like my idea was to maybe not have this and like oh, this is so annoying. So config could be equal, yeah, to color my whatever. So if we now open it, should be fine. Unexpected symbol. Okay, so in to-do Lua there is some stupid stuff. Okay, so yeah, now it feels the same. Interesting, now it works. So yeah, like apparently I have no idea how to do this in a better way. But like it's color scheme, so we don't care about them that much. Let's see in to do what the problem was. It's a comma here. And now if we look again at to do, okay, so in LSP we have a problem. LSP 47. That kind of sucks if the LSP doesn't work. LSP 0 because don't we don't have it. So let's require it. Let's require it here. Yeah, like something that I don't know is how I can use like put everything into one place and yeah, like my guess would be to have this as the dependency, the other ones as requirements or dependencies, let's say, and then have the entire config inside of this config, but not sure if that's how you do it. Oh, oof, could not configure LSP config. I mean, we can look at this, just see what help. Okay, so we need to call this stuff. Okay, let's see. So either in Mason, if you actually want to ignore, no, well, we don't want to ignore there. So let's copy this stuff and go into lsp.lua. So okay, the looks different. So I would put it either here and test if it works, but let me put it inside the other thing. What was it? Extend LSP config. So now if we go in, it doesn't complain. but yeah, like 3ts install Lua. Like why isn't, yeah, I'm not sure why wasn't it enabled. Okay, there are more problems. Okay. Okay, so let's try my idea. So dependencies. Let's try my idea and put everything inside of dependencies because okay. So where was I copying this from? Let's put everything as a dependency like this. Okay, let's also, do the thing. And now we have this config, then we have this require. Oh my god. So this is where the function ends. So we actually want to do something like this, probably something, but we don't no longer need that. We want to do the same thing for CMP, and that's it. We want to end it. Oh, we need the the thing for that. Okay, let's see if this works now. Like, I mean, if it's like not gonna explode or something. So looks fine. If we look into Mason, okay, so we have everything. Basically, if we now go into like argparse, let's say, into this project, and yeah, it works fine. So I think the LSP works. Okay, so LSP0 works. Pretty much that's the only thing I care about, to be honest. The the only issue is that I see that at least for Lua the Treesitter doesn't work, or I'm not sure if it's like this is Treesitter maybe or what, right? So yeah, this means we can close. Wait, oh, I was destroying something. Okay, fair enough. So let's close those things, and basically we can delete backup now. So cd into Neovim, and we can rmrf backup. I think this thing is also, we don't need it. We'll see about that. So now into plugins we no longer need lazy here. We don't need this. And yeah, this is everything. So if we do again a lazy, let's do an update. Okay, so I think, oh, it does like this thing. So, oh, I deleted the because I wanted to go into telescope, and well, we can look into, I can copy like this stuff, so it's not really okay. So this would be, I think, like the OPTs, right? Like this would be, let's say OPTs equals, that's what my guess is, this is like OPTs, but you can't really have it like this because you need trouble. So you should probably do it here. Yep. And that means we need this. Okay, and since I'm thinking that since we in some way we say that we also need to include this thing. Since we say that we need trouble, why not just also put trouble into telescope? Like make it take basically take this stuff. Let's go into telescope. Well, let me see. So it was just the config. Okay, so we are gonna have two things here. One is telescope and the other one is trouble. Although I mean like the file is too big for me, to be honest. So let's leave it. But yeah, like this thing would be nicer to have in trouble itself because it's more related to trouble than to telescope. So let's see if we can take this stuff actually. Go to trouble. And do this. And to be fair, I don't even think we need OPTs and this stuff. Yeah, maybe like lazy is something that doesn't give you this crap. Maybe I'm not sure. Let's close this. Let's search this, and yeah, I mean it still works. Okay, fine, whatever. So yeah, this is the config for the new config for Neovim. It's like in Neovim here we have just like the basic stuff, and in plugins we have all the like all the stuff that we install, all the third-party stuff. Let's see, Copilot, it works. Fugitive, I mean it works. It was the first thing I checked. Harpoon, yeah, it works if we want to use it. The LSP we checked and it worked. Obsidian, yeah. Surround, I mean, yeah, it works, obviously. Telescope, we checked it for to do, I wasn't sure. Okay, so if we press, this gives us the thing. Okay. Oh wow, what does it show it because I so space st. Okay, this gives it in telescope, and interesting, whatever. So yeah, Treesitter. To be honest, I mean, at least for the arc parse, it looked like it works. Like, for me, this looks like Treesitter syntax, or I mean, highlighting. And the trouble, we saw that it's fine. Like, if we do this and this, it's it works. And undo 3. Yeah, I mean, actually, let's check. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm used to go into the file, and then if you press, actually it doesn't work. Um, what was it? I think it was Control J and Control K, but that should be, I think that was in a remap. So it should be something like CJ. Maybe it's space. So let's look again. Maybe this one is, like, I'm not sure what. So space. It's not location. It's not cnext. Yeah, because like you can go in the file and go through all, but that's like for errors only, I think. I don't think it's for like, I'm not sure if this is like what, quick fix list or what. Like if you press space XX, yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, this is the Neovim config, and for the plugins, yeah, so as I said, only Copilot, Harpoon maybe, Obsidian would be like optional, maybe to do, but I feel like Fugitive, LSP, Surround, Telescope, Treesitter, Trouble, and Undo 3 will be like the default ones, and then you can add them on top with some script for the other ones. But I'll have to see how I will do that, because it's no longer gonna work with just like a shortcut to this folder. Might need to just copy them or something in the .config home. So yeah, and it's also the fact that you need to install, well, lazy nvim, it's not really a thing, but like you need to install ripgrep. I think it's for telescope. You need fd, I don't remember what fd is for. tmux is just like because I like to use like tmux instead of buffers in Neovim, or like for the terminal, like you go to the next panel and you get a terminal. And fzf, again, I think it's, no, fzf is actually for this script tmux sessionizer, I think. Yeah, so basically I've copied this script from like a text streamer, and I changed it a bit because I wouldn't say it had some bugs, but I wanted to be able to use it either from like uh, I mean, yeah, it had some small bugs, but you know, it was fine as it was. And then inside the Teams config, I don't have that many things. it's just these are the plugins that I use, like the nerd theme for showing it like this. And yeah, other than that, I haven't changed too many things inside the theme, so it's pretty much the default. But yeah, I think I'll work on the install script, and probably, yeah, I mean, if not, you just have to manually install these things and then just run install. But yeah, you will have like all these plugins, so you have to manually delete them. So if you don't want the color schemes, delete that. If you don't want Copilot, delete this, and I mean so on. If you want to add something new, go ahead and add something new. But yeah, to be honest, I even feel like these are a bit too much. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, what I'm using. But yeah, I mean, other than Telescope, I don't really use too many plugins. So yeah, for the install script, since I'm using Arch, I might have to use like Pacman as the package manager to install all those dependencies. But for Ubuntu, I mean, maybe can have multiple install scripts, but yeah, probably just for Ubuntu, like Debian and Arch, like two install scripts, one that uses apt and one that uses EA or something like that. And yeah, I think that's that. So yeah, hopefully this answered some of your questions about the Neovim config. The Neovim config is like uh, .files, so it's also here. So I'll just of course leave this in the description, and yeah, let me just make the commit for let's say feature reworked. Well, I mean, let's say fixed my Neovim config. Let's push this, and yeah, see you guys next time.